wound the soul, others break it. Some sins whisper, others slam the door on grace. This is the sin that shuts heaven's door.
1 John 5:16, 17. There is a sin that leads to death. This is not an ordinary death of the body, but the eternal death of the soul in hell. I am not saying that you should pray about that. All wrongdoing is sin, and there is sin that does not lead to death.
In Catholic teaching, a mortal sin is not just a serious mistake. It's a conscious, deliberate act that breaks our relationship with God. 3 conditions must be met. These: grave matter, full knowledge, and deliberate consent. When all 3 are present, the soul turns away from grace, not by accident, but by choice.
Imagine your family prepares a meal. They open the door, they call your name, but you choose not to enter. Not because you're lost, but because you've decided to walk away. That's a mortal sin. Not just stumbling in weakness, but knowingly rejecting the invitation of grace.
For those familiar with Catholic terms, think of mortal sin as spiritual exile. It doesn't mean God stops loving us. It means we've turned our back on Him, fully aware, fully responsible, but even then, mercy waits. Confession is the key that reopens the door.
Now that we understand what a mortal sin is, let's explore one of the most debated examples in Catholic life. Is being late for Sunday Mass a mortal sin? Some sins shut the door, but every door has a key. Truth opens, mercy heals. Let's begin. Is being late for Mass a mortal sin? Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome back. Today, we're talking about a question that has stirred up a lot of debate. Is being late for Sunday Mass a mortal sin? To help us, we have our panel, Ilidiano, who challenges everything, Kuya Tirada, a deeply traditional Catholic, and Ate Melai, a catechist who understands the heart of the Church's teachings. But before we get started, let's begin with the words of Padre Pio, who said, "The Mass is the most perfect form of prayer." This shows us just how important this topic is. So, is it a sin to be late? Bro Ilid, what do you think?
Ivana, isn't this a bit too much? A sin for being a few minutes late? God is everywhere. I can pray at home. Is this just another rule from the church to make us feel guilty?
Royally, it is not just a rule. It's a matter of divine law. The third commandment teaches us, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The church obliges us to attend the full holy sacrifice of the Mass on Sundays. As Saint Alphonsus Liguri, a doctor of the church, clearly stated, he who neglects Mass on a Sunday without serious reason commits a mortal sin.
Kuya Tirada is right about the gravity of the Mass. But the church teaching on mortal sin has more conditions than just grave matter. Remember, it must be committed with full knowledge and deliberate consent, the Catechism. CCC 2181 says that the Sunday Eucharist is a precept, meaning it's a serious obligation unless excused by illness or caregiving.
So this isn't just a simple yes or no. We have to look at the intention. This brings us to a very powerful question. When we can be on time for the world, why not for God?
Okay, I hear you. But sometimes life just gets in the way. It's hard to be on time for everything.
Is it? That statement raises some very valid points. We can wake up early for school, arrive hours before a flight, and even line up at dawn for important appointments. So why are we late for the most divine event of the week? Saint Josemaria Escriva warns us, don't say, I'm late for Mass because I had so many things to do. It's like saying I'm late for the wedding because I had to iron my tie. It's disrespectful and shows disordered priorities.
That's a powerful analogy. It's about the heart. We should be arriving early out of love and devotion, not just out of a sense of obligation. It's far better to arrive 15 to 30 minutes early. It allows us to quiet our hearts, pray for the priest, and prepare ourselves. The more we love Christ, the more we will prioritize being present for Him.
That's a beautiful point. This is not just about avoiding a sin, it's about a relationship. As St. John Chrysostom said, you cannot pray at home as you can at church, where there is a great multitude and where something more is present. The union of minds, the accord of souls, the bond of charity, the prayers of the priests. So to summarize our conversation, is being late a mortal sin? Not always. It can be if you deliberately and knowingly miss a significant part of the Mass, particularly the liturgy of the Eucharist, without a valid reason. But the saints remind us that our true goal should be to prioritize God and be fully present with Him out of love. This isn't a rule designed to trap us. It's a loving invitation to show up for the most important event of our week.
Thank you for watching this episode of Don't You Know? And let's do the logic. If you found this topic meaningful, don't forget to like, comment, and share with someone who needs clarity in faith. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next deep dive into truth and theology. Together, let's keep asking, thinking, and believing with logic and love. See you in the next episode.